And good morning, folks. This is your old pal, Uncle Al. Let me get my glasses on. Just put drops in my eyes. So I have to be careful. And this was 196. We're counting down. Now, a lot of people are asking me about the basic kit. Now, all this stuff is stuff in your pockets, which I always quote everybody, and was for Shauna Sexton. These are all safe to carry except for the knife anywhere. Okay? Now, first thing that we didn't change is the Ziploc bag. It's still a Ziploc bag, 1 quart. It's a container. Number 6 is paracord. We increased that from 2 arm lengths to 5. Still fits in the bag. Signal mirror is no change. I keep it on the card so you could, if you want, you can pick it up at Amazon or any box store like Sportsman Guide. Still no change. Okay, we got paracord, we got the Ziploc bag, that's no change. Then we have 2 forms of fire. Let's get that out. We have a ferro rod, a striker, piece of tinder. We have a lighter with electrician's tape around it. Okay, 2 forms of fire, and then electrician tape, you could make it into fire. So nothing changes on that. Whoops. Except the hole in the bag. Things happen, folks. And nothing changed on the space blanket. Still, we need that. I had a few questions on the triangle bandage. People were confused on that. They like the 3.4 inch blade, which is more compact than the standard blade, but it's only have 2 uses, as a cutting edge and also making fires. And the third one we can't discuss because YouTube has been on my butt last couple days. So we still got that. Okay, so far we improved the paracord to 5 arm lengths. Signal mirror is the same. 2 forms of fire is the same. 3-inch blade, because normally everybody carries one of these or one of these. Okay, this is a 4-incher. That. So the big thing is, people ask me, can we put in something that can make the advanced kit better? And I tell a lot of people, multi-tools tend to be heavy, and you want this to be put in your bag and not as heavy. So the Swiss Army knife. Best thing about the Swiss Army knife, this model, unfortunately, which drives me nuts, it has a locking blade. So this makes this an illegal weapon in Tokyo and London. And it still is an illegal weapon in Tokyo and London because it has army in the wording of it. And I thought that was nuts. Why this version of it, can't get it out. Never get old and can't see anything. This version of the Swiss Army knife is my favorite because it has the evolved shears on it. Okay, this is different from the regular scissors. Has a better cutting edge, and also has this one working off the tension bar. Okay, it's a better cutting tool. It doesn't fall apart. You don't have any loose springs on it, and it folds up fairly neatly. And it has Only thing I'm going to improve on is to put a little sparking rod in it, or I can put a micro screwdriver. But this is going to be our improvement. Still have room because I checked on the size. So you have this one and you have this one together. So that's our improvement on that. And this is questions and answer survival run. Okay, and we're going to go counting down on a few things. We're going to try to improve on this. We still want to fit in the quart bag or gallon bag, but quart's a lot easier. Remember, after you get this, you stuff everything in your pocket. Okay, stuff in your pockets. Don't need to be in a bag. It has to be in your pockets. Okay, and people ask me, why don't we do a first aid kit? If you need a first aid kit, ouchie boo boo stuff is not going to really help. And the best thing for that is probably a couple of these and certain other things, but that makes it more heavier, and you should have a specific design first aid kit. Okay? And we're answering the question. And if you want to see the Swiss Army knife in use or explained, go check out these channels. We got Felix Amir. Okay? We have Preparedness Veteran in the UK. Please check him out. Oops. And Swiss Army Dan and the Ungrateful Peasants. They will show you that more times out of 10, you can see that, more times out of 10, you'll be using this than this. Okay? Okay. This is why Uncle Alan's tired. And people are asking, how come you need money? Because I'm doing a lot of good. I don't show my elderly and disabled people. That's all I need to have them attacked at their home and get mugged. And it's in the description below. If you want to help donate, go ahead. I hear some people grousing, well, what did you do good for your community? I've been busy. Usually November is my busiest season. Okay? Doesn't stop me, and I always help out people. That was a question and answer. And why 217? 217 doesn't hurt you. That's 20 bucks. $2.17. Okay, that's cheaper than a cup of coffee. And I could do a lot of things with $2.17. This answers one of your questions. Okay? And I'm active because, like I said, YouTube's interfering with my regular volunteer work and helping out people. Okay? People are nosy. People want to do bad things. So I have to be very, very careful. All right? Let's see. Solves that one. And then somebody asked me, what's the easiest 30 days of food? You buy a lot of long grain rice. That's the easiest for most people to cook. And probably 30 days supply of canned foods or a pre-cooked meal that you pour on top of the rice. That's the easiest. Okay? It'll be bland, but you get at least one meal a day, and that keeps you alive. We'll make it a little better for a 30-day supply of food. Now, I did this before, and I tell people, if you go to a thrift store, get an old beat-up suitcase, because a lot of people don't look at, they'll look for food buckets and backpacks. If they see a suitcase with wheels, they're going to say, oh, it's a sample case, or it's carry-on, or it's a regular suitcase, and they just blink it out of their head. That's psychology. Okay? If they see somebody backpack, food, or food bucket, you know, in their mind, there's got to be food in there. Let's go get them. Okay? Now, a lot of people make smart remarks about food riots and food shortages. Now, a lot of people are still in that little bubble. Okay? If it gets really bad, this is why I tell people watch No Blade of Grass or The Fifth Wave. The Fifth Wave is a lot better action movie. Blade of Grass is more in depth, and you got to really watch it a couple times to understand it. Now, usually I go 30 pounds of grains. So unless you don't want to go crazy, I go 10 pounds of long grain rice. Sorry, got to get my cup of coffee. My voice is going out. Been preaching the word this morning. 10 pounds of long grain rice. 10 pounds of lentil. Whatever lentil you can find. 10 pounds. 10 pounds of barley. I would recommend the quick cook barley. 10 pounds. Okay? Tomato sauce, any form you want, chopped, pureed, diced, 10 cans or jars. Remember, jars last longer than the cans. The cans, because the tomato sauce has an acidy base to it, so you have to date it, make sure how it's in a dry, safe place, so you don't have like, oh no, it's swelling and there's black stuff leaking out of it and it's hissing, and you know what happens with pineapple, boom. Pasta for 30 days, 5 boxes, okay? Olive oil, 2 bottles. Canned meats, any kind of canned meat you like. It could be spread, it could be hash. Hash is good because it also has carbohydrate. Corned beef, you know, all standby. Old time standby, sorry. 10 cans. And then you have 10 cans of meals. It could be chili, baked beans, ready to eat soups, stews, okay? And you don't want to go crazy over the canned meals, so you get 10 cans of fruit, all right? In jars or cans. Also, when you do fruit, you date it. It's time limited. You don't buy it for, I'll buy it for 30 days and forget about it. Some people did, and you can see their videos, and it's like, oh, Mouse Hotel, or oh, it all exploded, or oh, what happened to that? Okay. If you want to save weight, I drink instant coffee, so I usually have 30 days of single-use coffee. But you could do tea, okay, 30 bags. So you can have your cup of hot tea. I prefer coffee. And that provides a hot drink. I keep telling everybody, do you have a thermos? And they always look at me, why? After you boil the water, you put it into the thermos. That way you have hot water later for tea or something else. And they kind of look at me, oh yeah, that sounds smart. Duh. 2 boxes of family size cereal. Your choice. Any kind of 2 boxes of cereal. Shelf stable. Okay, read that. Shelf stable milk. You can see the boxes. Everybody did this. God, I've been on YouTube. I've been explaining this for 9 years, and nobody ever gets to the point. If you don't like powdered milk, you can always get shelf stable milk in boxes. Okay, it's not hard. 30 days worth. Okay, your choice. Okay, you figure out how many bowls of cereal you eat or coffee or whatever, and you get the shelf stable. Now, once you open it, it's not shelf stable anymore. Okay, so you have to use it in a time period or keep it in a cooler. A bottle of multivitamins. I always tell this to people because when you're stressed and you need vitamins, it helps out. Any kind of crackers, I do recommend Sailor Boy, 2 boxes. You can find everything at the grocery store, Amazon. Amazon still has 2 boxes. Nobody ever picks it up. Some kind of jams and jellies. Could be homemade. It could be store-bought, 30 days. You have 2 boxes of crackers and jams and jellies. Okay? You're going to find somebody making bread, so you could trade them a jar of jam or jelly for a loaf of bread. Figure out how much you use for 30 days. And then nut butters, your choice. Peanut, almond, cashew, pecan, hazelnut, macadamia nut. All the nut butters right here for 30 days. You pick out the one you like. I like peanut butter, so I have 2 big jars of it. Okay? And that'll last me 30 days. That was just plain old peanut butter and honey sandwiches. And then some kind of canned or jarred cheese spread. It's simple. A lot of carbohydrates, 30 days, fairly easy. It's not rocket science, folks. It's not specialty. And 2, other than the cans and certain bottles, most of this stuff fits in a briefcase, not briefcase, a carry-on or a suitcase with wheels. Fairly simple. And I hope that answers your questions and answers. All right, we're still working on this one to make it an advanced kit. I hope we can get this done. Like I said, this was number 96 out of the last 100 because you don't know what's coming up. I do. I'm not worried about it. You should. Okay? I'll see you later. You have a nice day. And I'll catch you later. God bless and hope everybody has a nice day now. Bye.